Hey yo, don't play this game,
First time on a Mac, first time with internet access. Middle school rules limited the URL address, and I did what any kid at 13 years of age. Broke the rules and typed the words video games. The surprise in my eyes that the site did exist turned my world upside down. Never been the same since. It's rare a teenager who, when initially logs on, chooses to see video games over sex.com.
This is before the word nerdcore, hardcore, before game concerts, before Star Force, before Elite Speak, before CS aim bots, before the site you recognize today as GameSpot, before behind the game button mash and tournament TV, Ocarina, Soul Calibur, Tony Hawk 3, before HD TV, games on DVDs, before GameSpot's destruction of their own HTTP. The hypertext protocol lost its meaning to all choosing money over integrity became your downfall at 3 AM on November 30th. 07, my RSS received news beyond my comprehension. When I read the news on joystick, it was hard to stomach. I thought Kyle Orland must have fucking gone nuts or something. I was sooner to believe that he was being punished for pornography or siphoning money from the budget. Thought it was another case that media made shit up, or small event that got exaggerated and blown up. My own ignorance thought this can't be so corrupt. It was 2 days later before I finally erupt. Mitigating circumstances made me enlightened. Taking down the video review and advertisements. Show how guilty you are, know what you can deny it. No surprise that every gamer began unsubscribing.
It's got a really ugly storyline with characters that are impossible to like. Some really neat ideas are buried deep in there, but you're gonna have to do a whole lot of digging. But it's impossible to care about anything that's going on in the story because every single character in the game is almost completely unlikable. There's no one to root for here, not even in like a cool anti-hero sort of way.
GameSpot idols have seen it, no one sure who to blame. I'll break it down for you, so you know who to flame. GameSpot initially received the first few blows. Logic dictates that Jeff was running the show, so that isn't where the damage should be dealt, cause Jeff would basically have to fire himself. Idols definitely deserves the negative feelings, however those guys were pissed off for a legitimate reason. You must admit that it's part of Idols' job to make sure their adverts are worth the cost. It's business and it makes sense they're pissed off and that they complain about the reviewer in charge. This is the role played by those in PR, allowing them to affect viewers when things go wrong. Dan Chu wrote they bribe with swag games and flights. PR's jobs on the line, scores aren't at max height. However, those that work at the CNET networks are the bad guys that deserve the loss of net worth. Since Jeff didn't quit, you know it's a higher up that fired him over an advertiser's bucks. Deal with the consequences, gamers are mad as fuck. Fuck your no comment, your actions were loud enough when an entire bus of gamers with signs and flyers up admire us outside of their office louder than fire trucks. And those that heard the news and were quick to applaud showed exactly how ignorant Nintendo fanboys are. Reviews aren't fact but what one person thinks. Same way I disagree with Jeff's hate for Killer Instinct. Firing Jeff saved money but fans is what it cost him. Seriously though, the combo system was awesome. It was the best of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat combined, with an announcer that sounded like the Unreal God. Even though CNET is the largest target, it's GameSpot that will be hit the hardest. Even though this staff may never be bought off, there's anxiety that a review may end your job. If I were a staff member, I would have to walk out if everything I wrote is always met with some doubt. Now anything they say will be subject to question. If a great review's honest or great out of pressure, that people disagree with it is a pain to think. Expect to go online and get your ass flamed and lynched. The game title's unsaid and I won't say it since it doesn't deserve one goddamn sale or cent. Distrusting reviews will hurt all, with no exception. Who to trust is obvious if you pay close attention. What road you choose next isn't the track's message. Go to GameSpot or not is at your own discretion.
It's not a big problem. The F word, it's great when properly used, but here it's just so done to death, just becomes a real crutch and really stands out as just kind of lazy.
I wasn't on the spot, you were a hot spot. Listen, and now I'm taking out their fire hydrants and extinguishers. Pulled the alarm, had everyone in the building running. Set fire to their office, they ain't even seen it coming. Stephen Colvin has seen it, must be a regular genius. A veteran disgracefully fired, how did you not see this? CNET is worse than the Buzz ripoff. Now I'm in front of your office armed and pissed off. The first moment you see doors burst open, you'll find a berserk person, bloody with shirt open. The verse spoken purely made as a burn notice, guns bursting with little to no words spoken. If you're the dumb person to fire Jeff Gerstmann, I'm the worst person you'd wanna meet in first person or in person. You impersonate a site with credibility. Your decision is worthy of the mass of negativity.
6 games have problems, but they might be fun.
What, y'all thought y'all wasn't gon' see me? I'm the Master Chief of this shit. Gerstmann is here forever, motherfuckers. It's like an 8.8. Alright, my gamers and my gamerettes, let's do it like this. I'ma run my ass with the haters online. Let's take it back to 96. Jeff Gerstmann's prophecy, logically a prodigy of game philosophy. You can't handle brutal mockery. Honestly, it was bullshit that they fired me like I committed robbery. Apologies impossibly was warned by no one. The backlash was tremendous, stupendous. The online community's dissension. People sent offers instead of sending me a requiem. Now I could be